In applied linguistics, there is a concept, having different dialects. Having different dialects shows language is a living thing, like human being, like flower, trees. They are all in blossom and growth. So language grows. Depending on where you live, your dialect differs. So language has different variations. These differences in dialects show language is a living thing. There is a question here. Why do you think having a standard language is needed? Because in this way, in one language, you have different variations. But if people go to academic places, such as universities, schools, and other places that are formal, do you think speaking in different dialects is sensible? Absolutely not. But having a standard language can be very helpful and useful. Sometimes, even different groups and nations you're talking to, language varies. For example, the way you write, you don't speak, and the way you speak, you don't write. Having these different situations and different contexts makes you speak a standard language. I want to make the differences between prescriptive and descriptive clear by giving you an example. Consider a botanist. He or she does not tell you which plant is more beautiful. He or she just explains and describes every single fact about plants. So, linguists do the same thing due to the following reasons I have written for you. So, linguists do description. Language is descriptive. Why? Number one, if there is no deviation from the standard language, it means languages die. Look at my example. Many years ago, people used to say, "Wherefore art thou?" to "Why are you?" Wherefore meant why. Art meant are. To meant you. But language has changed and is changing. Because of this deviation from the norm, languages are alive. Number two, if there is one standard, regional standards never grow. For example, different dictionaries. Number three, dialects have their own rule-governed pattern. They are structured. For example, double negatives are castigated in English, but they are accepted in Russian, Persian, and Italian. For example, in English, we cannot say, "She didn't say nothing." This is wrong, because double negative we don't have in standard language. But in Italian, Persian, and Russian, double negatives are accepted. For example, in Italian language, they say, "Non ha detto niente." None is one negative. Niente is another negative. So we have two negatives. And in Persian, we say, "U hiç çizi naguft." The same meaning, right? Hiç çiz is one negative. Naguft is another negative. So double negatives are accepted, unlike English. Number 4, the stronger economy and politics a region has, the more possible it is the standard language stems from that dialect. Number 5, written discourse carries more prestige and authority than spoken discourse. Therefore, it has more effects on your standard language. So basically, standard languages stem more possibly from written discourse than spoken discourse. Number 6, some supposedly correct forms have been added through an analogy with another language. For example, in Latin, this is correct to say, this is I, which means this is me in English. So, in some parts, you may hear this is I, and it looks correct. Why? Because it has been added from another language. It has roots in another language. Now it is absolutely clear that language is a living thing. It grows, it dies, it ages. If you like this video, your subscription and comments make us happy.